Here we are at the beginning of April, finally wrapping up a winter that's been a crucible by anyone's standard. It's time to take a look at the Cambridge real estate market and see what's happened thus far this year. The very short story about the first quarter of 2015 in the Cambridge real estate market is that inventory dropped 20%, the number of sales actually increased 16%, and as would make sense, with fewer listings and more sales, we saw average prices increase 12%. So, as I said, the inventory dropped about 20% overall in Cambridge in the first quarter of 2015. This change really was most marked in the condo inventory, where we saw 130 listings come on the market this quarter, and the prior year there were 167 listings. It's a little more stable in the single family and multifamily market. In singles, this quarter we saw 25 properties listed. Same time last year, 28 properties were listed. In the multifamily market, also pretty stable, 16 units listed this year versus 20 in the prior year. I was curious and wanted to take a look at the inventory from a broader perspective and took a look back at all the first quarters going back 10 years and saw that in fact this past quarter of 2015 was the low water mark. The high water mark was in 06 and 07. We had a little over 450 units in the first quarter of each of those years. Compare that to this past quarter, 171 new units. It's a 62% drop. Shifting over to look at sales, as we just said in inventory, we had a drop in inventory. However, sales we saw increase. In 2015, the first quarter, there were 111 sales in Cambridge. In 2014, there were 96. That difference is in fact not as marked in the condo sector. It's pretty spread across singles, condos, and multis. In singles, we've had 19 sales in the past quarter compared to 15 sales in the prior year. In condos, 78 sales in the first quarter, compare that to 74 in the prior year. And in multifamilies, we had 14 sales in this past quarter compared to 7 sales in 2014. So having looked at the number of new listings that came on the market and the number of sales in that same quarter, that should give us a sense of what happened to prices. And in Cambridge, it makes sense. From that whole market, we see that it jumped about 12%, from an average in 2014 of about $783,000 to an average sale price in 2015 of $879,000. Because of the small sample sizes, I think it doesn't make sense to break out single-family market and the multifamily market. There are just too few sales to feel okay using average prices. But looking at the condo market, the average price in the first quarter of 2014 was $663,000 in the condo market, and in 2015 that average price was $685,000. Not only did the average sale price in Cambridge increase 12%, we also saw an increase in the ratio of the sale price to the asking price. In 2014, the average list price was $769,000 with an average sale price of $783,000, representing a 103% sale price to list price ratio. In 2015, the average list price in the first quarter was $844,000 with an average sale price of $879,000. Now that represents 105% sale price to list price ratio. And as we know by now, those numbers are driven by multiple bid situations where a property is receiving more than one bid and the sale price ends up quite a bit above the asking price. Thanks for checking in with us. For more information, please feel welcome to visit my website at laurenholleran.com.